What's happening? Y'all already know how we do it. Bringing y'all another live, you know what I'm saying? And that's this is gonna be real important though. Let me see who all checking in, who checking in. Shouts out to everybody on Facebook, shouts out to everybody on YouTube. I have a very special guest for y'all today again. And we finna really get it in, man. These some of the questions that we've been getting, and I got somebody on here that can answer 'em. Somebody that does this on a daily. And as y'all see the title, okay, this is for those who want to know about the mortgages, what type of loans, and how, where your credit should be with this and that. Like y'all share this live. Once we get 100 people, which we already got, y'all know we go live. Jimmy, what's up, bro? Salute from Brooklyn in the building. I got my man on here today, man. Y'all gonna love this. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna take much of y'all time, but I do want to get this information out to y'all. What's up, Slow? What's going on, bro? What's happening? Dean, what's good? 37 Deep TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the first people in Brooklyn. Definitely, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. Chicago in the building. Listen, man, this is a very, very Richmond VA in the building. Oh man, they in that bit, boy. What's up? Hey, listen, man. I know it's kind of early, man. I know it's Friday, but I definitely want to get this information out to y'all. Make sure y'all just share it live, man. So like all y'all folks can see it. And we just on here building. Y'all know how we do it. Free game. I'm finna bring my guest on, man, my guy, Peter. He's gonna explain to y'all. We're gonna do a little few questions at the end. And this is just for the help, answer these questions that y'all may have, especially those who got families who wanna know about, different how the mortgage game go, the loans, the credit, where your credit should be and all that good stuff. I'm gonna let my guy come on and explain it to y'all. Mississippi in the building. It's Silk. And and just break it all down to y'all, and we'll go from there. So, no further ado, I'm gonna bring my guy Peter on. You know what I'm saying? Peter, what's up, my guy?
What's up? What's up? Can you hear me?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear me? Yes?
I, I I can hear you. I can hear you a little bit.
All right. Let me try to turn my mic up a little bit here. Let me know when I'm sounding better, when you
Yeah,
can
you
hear me.
got. Yeah, you real low.
I'm really low. Hang on, man. Let me do this. Let me do this. Hang on. Let me try to bring this microphone in play here and let me know if you can hear me.
Yeah, bring it closer.
How is that, man? Let me know if you can hear me, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's still kind of low, but I can hear you.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that, though, because this is important, you know? So I want to make sure that everyone can hear, you know?
Right, right. Hold on, we lost him for a sec. Hold on, let me. We lost him for a sec. I'm gonna bring him back in. But that's my guy Peter, man. He gonna explain to y'all some things. And Atlanta in the building. And like I say, man, I want y'all to hit that like button, man. Share it, man. Get this information out. Just free game. You know what I'm saying? Free game. And like I say, man, call the number on the bottom of this post. Go ahead, get right, man. You know what I'm saying? Get your credit right. Let's do it. Put yourself in a better position, man. Hold on. You trying to come back in now, y'all. But yeah, that's what we doing, man. Like I said, I ain't finna use my platform to be on here with some BS. If you can't learn nothing from me, man, then you got the right to not listen to me. And I feel like that for everybody. Entertainment is cool, but life gonna hit you soon as you put that phone in your pocket. And like I say, we need all things covered, you know. Rock Arkansas in the building. Hold on. Okay, here you come. All right, you back on, bro.
Yeah, man. What's going on, man? Can you hear me better?
Yeah, you back on now, bro.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
You can hear me now.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm good, good, man. That's what's
yeah,
up.
I can hear you now.
Very good, man. How
So
you
we
doing?
got, hey
How you
man,
doing?
listen. I'm good. Listen, man, I always say this to everybody that come on the live, man. I appreciate you taking out time to come talk to my family, man. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And we finna get it in, man. And like I say, you can explain to them exactly what you do, man. Just so they know before we get into it.
Yeah, well, man, I'm a realtor, many other things, but primarily I'm a realtor, and I'm with Keller Williams down here in Port St. Lucie in Florida, and I move a lot of real estate down here, man. Buyers and sellers, and walk people through the processes, teach them the ropes,
Hmm.
educate them, just to make sure that when we're holding their hands through the process, and we negotiate for them to make sure that there's no hiccups when they're purchasing a home. And
Right.
but the most important thing is actually educating our clients in the process. You know,
Gotcha.
so that's what we do.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Keeping it real. She say, "Hey, Papa, me and my husband and I want to buy our first home, but at our age, we don't know the first thing on how, when, what, and any beginning of what we are doing." And my husband served in the military. Hey, we're gonna get on that in a second. That's one of the questions we're gonna ask. Stick around, y'all. Hit that share button, man. This is what I want to ask you though. One of the main questions we've been getting right
Hmm.
is where does your credit have to be, right, to qualify for FHA or conventional loan?
Well, for a FHA loan, right, you want your credit to be around 580, a minimum of
580.
580. Right, a
Okay.
minimum of 580. When you get 580, what's happening? You're going to get a 3.5% down.
Right.
You know, 3.5% down. Now, your credit score don't have to be 580. It can be lower, from 500 up to about 579, right? But the thing is,
Mhm.
your interest at that point is going to be around. You're going to have to probably put around 10% down at that point.
Yeah.
And this is why
Exactly.
it's so important for them to follow you and listen to exactly what you're saying, because you need that credit score in order to put that 3.5% down. You know,
Gotcha. That makes sense. That make a
but
lot of
now
sense.
for conventional, the minimum down payment is 3%, but then you're going to 20% to avoid that mortgage insurance. And
Right.
you're going to need a minimum of 620 credit score.
Okay.
So you're going to have to make sure that your credit is up, make sure it's working. You know how Papa Doc keeps saying, call this number, call this number. You better call that number, because you're not going to be able to buy a house in the manner you want to buy it, because you find that you're going to be paying more. You're going to be putting up more money down and things like that.
Right.
And for most people, when you find that their credit is messed up and they're starting out and all that, they don't have that 10% or 20% down. You know,
Right. Right.
so we have to help them, hold their hands, walk them through, and teach them the ropes. So again, FHA is a 580 credit score, and conventional a 620. Um, for the conventional, if you put less than that 20% down, you're going to end up with that PMI insurance until
Right.
you satisfy 20% of the loan.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Hey man, I want to give a big shout out to Four Corners Custom Products, Mobile, Alabama, for the contribution, man. He say thank you. Thank you for the information you put out every day, Papa Doc. Man, I appreciate it, man. And I definitely want to say, keeping it real, man. Thank you for the contribution, man. Thank you so much. And that's definitely what we do. We're gonna put out this information. And another question I want to ask you, right,
Yeah.
that we've been getting. What about a VA, like people that's in the army? And this is for keeping it real. She just was talking about this for people that's been in the army. Like, what are the requirements for them as far as like when it comes to what they need?
Well, the thing is, with VA, you don't really need a minimum credit score,
Hmm.
and there's no minimum payment down. But at the
Hmm.
same time, is your credit still plays a part,
Gotcha.
because it's still going to determine certain things, as far as it still can play a part in your interest rate.
Gotcha.
They want to make
Gotcha.
sure that even though it's a guaranteed loan, I'm a veteran myself, So
Gotcha.
even though you may say, okay, I got this VA loan, I don't need any money down, I don't need no credit score and all that. That's well said and done. But when you're dealing with these lenders and these mortgage companies or whatever, whosoever you're dealing with, you're going to want to
Mm,
make sure that your credit is still up there, because there's a lot of things that's going to come in play that's going to be still be credit based. So you still want to make sure that you you get your credit in line. So if
gotcha.
someone steps to you, you can step back to them. You know what I'm saying? And not let them
Gotcha.
take you for anything. Or try to give you some low end anything, or trying to put you in a house that you didn't even want in the first place. You know.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
so the credit is still important, but with the VA, there's really no money down because it's a guaranteed loan and it's best for service members, veterans, and their spouses. The VA itself is insured by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, and the conventional is backed by. It's not backed by the government. It's private lenders, and
Gotcha. Oh,
FHA,
gotcha.
right? And FHA is backed by the Fed. It's called the Federal Housing Administration, and it's
Right.
government backed. FHA is a little bit more. There's a lot of um, details with FHA. You have to make sure that you're going to call an inspection. You got to have that appraisal, this, that, all that stuff, because the bank they want to see that. With conventional,
Right.
you can do whatever you want. You
Private.
can
Gotcha.
you get the inspection. You can skip anything. But these are private lenders.
Private. Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, man. I want to give a shout out to Cumber Payne. Appreciate the contribution. Thank you so much. And also this, I want to throw this out there too. The money you will spend just to build your credit so you in the right position when you go in to do this will save you a lot of money versus going in and don't have the right credit score. It just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, for what we doing as far as helping people with their credit, it ain't even a fraction of what you will spend if you go in there and don't have the right credit. You get what I'm saying? That's just common sense. Just makes sense to do that. So I'd rather get my credit up than to go in there and get, waxed with that high interest rate. So get your credit right, man. That's basically what I'm saying. It just makes
Super
sense.
important. Super important.
Very, very. Also let me ask you this. Why is it important to buy now than later?
All right. That is a very good question, man. Okay, so
Right.
here's why it's important to buy right now, because interest rates are low.
Facts.
A lot of people are waiting for the prices go down, the housing market to crash, whatever is it they're waiting for. That's fine if they want to wait. However, say for instance you're buying right now and your interest rate is say around, say it's let's just 3.75%, right?
Mm,
What's going to happen is you're going to find this little thing where you're waiting, interest rate is going up, 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 up. But if you
mm,
buy now, what's going to happen is you're going to pay less money towards your principal.
right.
If you wait for the interest rate to go up and the price of the house falls down, you're going to pay less money towards your principal. And say for instance you pay $1,000 a month for your mortgage.
Mm,
Now you know how it works, man. Probably about $100 go towards your principal, nine hundred
yeah.
dollars go elsewhere. The longer you wait, less money goes towards your principal, and then it takes a longer time to pay off the house. But if you buy now with a low interest rate, more money goes towards your principal, and so
Right.
therefore you take a shorter time to pay off your house. So it's best
Right.
to buy now. And right now the market is so hot
Hmm.
as far as it's a seller's market right now. It is
Right.
so. If you purchase right now, I'll tell you this, man. Say for instance you have $250,000 sitting in your bank account, just sitting there, dormant, just sitting there. Well, this is what's going to happen. If you leave that money in there, $250,000, I'm going to guarantee that Wells Fargo is not going to give you more than $25 a year on your money.
Facts.
But if you go in, right? If you go
Yep.
in and make this purchase right now, say even if you buy cash or whatever, or you make this purchase right now, as an investment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you can actually say you collect on a $250,000 home, you put that money into real estate, you're actually collecting $1,600 or $2,000 a month every month for rent.
Right.
And when you don't need
Mm-hmm.
it anymore, you sell it, you get back to $250,000, you're out, but you were actually collecting $16 to $2,000 a month on your money. Instead of
Right.
waiting for the end of the year to get
Yeah.
$25 from Wells Fargo or Chase or whatever. So it's very important to buy now.
That's crazy. Cause like I tell people, man, the
Yeah.
bank make money off your money. Like that's what they do. They take your money and they loan it, and they make money off your money. And that's one of the reasons they don't want you to take your money out. They want to put you to tie you up without. But it's just knowing. That's all it is. It's just knowing. And that way you can make a better decision. And that's what we here for, man. For real, for real. Let me ask you this: Why is it so important though to have a realtor like somebody like you, um, seeing over, you know, that process?
All right. So check this out, Papa. Listen, man. Listen to this, man. And this is crazy. This is freaking crazy how people think. But what's the best way to say this? Say, for instance, your tooth is hurting, right? You go to a dentist because these are professionals, right? You're not going to go get the pliers and stuck it up your mouth and try to pull it out, right? You're going to go to
Hmm.
someone licensed to do this because they know the correct procedures. The
Right,
house is your biggest investment. Why would you try to do it on your own?
right.
But you would go to a dentist to get your tooth pulled, or you would go to somewhere else for someone, a doctor, to do this for you, or you would go somewhere else who is qualified or licensed to do this. Why would you not use a realtor? And check this out. As a buyer, there's nothing that the realtor makes off a buyer. Zero. Because the seller is the one who puts up the commissions.
Hmm.
So a buyer not getting a realtor is making a very, very, very bad move because there's nothing financially that the buyer is going to come out of their pockets and give to that realtor because the seller determines and the realtor determines the commission that this realtor is going to get. So why wouldn't you
Hmm.
get a professional to negotiate for you to find the best areas that can fit your criteria to make
Right.
sure that the when the title company is doing their thing, you're not going to get some title with some encumbrances or some liens or things like that. So it's always best to get someone professional on your side, especially if you're a buyer that's not going
Hmm.
to make money off you. Why
Right.
not just get a realtor? Now if you're a seller, you want to make sure that you have a realtor to make
Hmm.
sure that when you're selling your house, the deal is going through smoothly to make sure the buyer that's coming, they're well qualified. They're not going to have one of these credit. Here's what I've been seeing. Here's what I've been seeing. There's some people who go to get their credit repaired. I don't know how they do it, but they go to these places to get their credit repaired. And this is why I say the real credit deal is the real deal, right? Because
Hmm.
if you go, there's a lot of people who show up and their credit score is like 800, man. And by the time they get to like the closing table, they run their credit, and guess what happened? The credit is like 400
Yeah.
because they go to these
Yeah.
they go to
Right.
these credit
Yeah.
repair places, right? And they do whatever they do, they get their credit.
Mhm.
Something happens to their credit, and by the time they go, it goes right back on their credit.
Yeah. But yeah, we witnessed that. We definitely witnessed that.
But real credit deal is the real deal because that doesn't happen here. It doesn't
Uh,
happen. So that's why I'm saying what you're doing out there, man. What you're doing out there is the best advice you're giving these people, driving them to the right areas, the right companies, and so
Definitely.
that's
Definitely,
it.
man. You already know that, man. I definitely want to. Let me see. This thing go by so fast, man. We got. I definitely want to. I want to add this too, man. I saw where this it was a single mom.
Hmm.
She basically was moving from one state to another, right? Actually, was moving to Florida from somewhere else.
Hmm.
She transferred her job. She paid the application fee, first and last month rent. She did all that just to get way down here to find out that she was being scammed. that's one of the major reasons why I say, definitely deal with a realtor that you know that can look into that, because that's a lot of that. People paying rent to people for 2 and 3 years just to find out that these people don't even own the place. So you definitely won't want to get caught up in that. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that's sad, man, to do that to somebody. Honestly, but that's happening. That's
it's
happening.
happening.
That's bad right now. That's fraud.
It's happening, and with the way we set up is, for instance, at Keller Williams, we're a national company. We're one of the biggest real estate company in the world. Any state you're in, if you call me or you reach out to me or whatever, I can have one of my realtors in your city hold your hand and walk you through. So when you get to me, it just continues. You know,
Right.
there's no hiccups, there's no scamming going on, and nothing like that. And
Right.
everyone we're dealing with is legitimate, and you're dealing with licensed people who will not do anything to lose their license. You know, so we have a network set up all over the United States. If you're in Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, if you're in
Right.
New York, New Hampshire, Chicago, anywhere, we have
Right.
an office right there next to you where you can go in and say, okay, I'm buying a house in Florida. Okay.
Right.
And then that person will say, okay, I'm going to call your guy in Florida.
Hmm.
We have one software system where once they pull me up and they say, okay, here's your guy, I get that notification in Florida, and they
Hmm.
already set it up. When he comes down here, I don't have to do paperwork. It's already in the system. And it's one smooth transaction. If you're
Right.
selling a house up there and you're buying a house down here in Florida, we can
Uh-huh.
make sure that when you sell your house, the house down here you're buying is contingent upon you selling that house.
Hmm.
So we make the transaction smooth. So when you sell that house, by the time you move down here, you're moving into your house.
Hmm. Right.
So that's how it works, man. Big networks. That's how it works, man. Networks.
Facts. Facts. Facts, man. And it's like we got a few little questions, man. Like I said, I didn't want to hold too much of your time, man. You know what I'm
Ah,
saying?
man. Yeah.
And
Yeah, man.
we got a question right here, man, from Carter. Say, will student loans stop you from getting approved for a FHA loan?
Super, super big time it can stop you. Anything that goes on your credit that can lower the score will stop you. If that
Right.
answers the question. Anything that can lower your score, they don't care what's on it. They look at that
Right.
median number most of the time and they say, okay, 620, 650, 680, let's go to 650. I don't care
Right.
what's causing it.
Hmm.
This is what I'm looking at. You know,
Right.
so student loan can affect your credit, repositions affect your credit, bankruptcy affects credit, credit cards,
Right.
everything. They all play a part. They all have their
Definitely.
weight. People.
Right. Definitely, man. Vivian Williams said, "What if you want to buy land? Is the credit will the credit score will be the same? Like I guess she's saying, what type of credit score you got to buy land? Is it the same as when you go buy a house?"
It's not the same. It's not the same. Vacant lot banks don't really lend you money to go buy land
Gotcha.
because there's nothing in it. There's no house. There's no collateral. It's just a piece of property. You know. But what happened is they have things like farm credit and these things, these people that you can go through to get the financing, and that's where your credit score is still going to play a part. That's why it's
Uh-huh.
called farm credit. Once someone's going to lend you money, they're going to put your credit score. You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't matter how you look at it. Once they're going to give you money, they're going to pull your credit score and they're going to look at it. So even if you go through farm credit or whatever it is, they also have a thing they call USDA. If you're buying a big piece of property, like a 5 acre or whatever piece of property with a house on it, you're going to use it for farming. They're still going to pull your credit. But definitely when it comes to land, you want to go with a private investor, you want to go with hard money, or you want to make sure that you go cash, you know, because
Gotcha.
the banks aren't going to step in. One more important thing is when you go to get a loan and you're buying a house, say the house is like 400, say the house is $400,000.
Mm.
You go for an FHA loan. Well, FHA loan has a cap at $381,100.
Mm.
So anything after that, you're gonna have to find that money. You're gonna have to come up with that money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
don't think that you can look at a $450,000 house, you get an FHA, and it's going to cover it. It's not going to cover it. It's going to cover the max that it gives. Also, when you're buying that property, if, say, for instance, you go in and you see a house for $400,000, sometimes you have an FHA, but guess what? Don't worry about it. You can still put an offer in, even though the FHA is going to cap you, because you want to do an appraisal.
Mm-hmm.
So if the appraisal comes back lower than the 400,000, then we will negotiate down back for you under that 381, because a bank will not give you any more money than that the house is appraised for. They
Right.
will not go over one penny over that amount. So
Right.
don't. So make sure you get your pre-approval first from a reputable lender, and when you get that pre-approval, then you will know how much exactly you will be approved for, and you look it within that range. Anything above that, you're going to have to come out of pocket. Now, if you have a very experienced and a great guy like me, what I would say is, go ahead. If it's $400,000 and it's an FHA, go ahead. Still go ahead, put it in, because we want to make sure the appraisal comes back. And if the appraisal comes back lower than what it is, I will negotiate for you with that seller all the way back down below to that FHA target.
Right. But
That's
it's
why you
numbers.
need a realtor.
Yeah. It's a numbers game. Yeah.
Conventional is different. You can get more. With conventional, you can get more.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Okay, that's what's up. David Banks said, "Is it bad? Is it a bad thing to file bankruptcy?"
Super bad. Super bad. But depends on what your purpose for the bankruptcy is. It may just
Mm-hmm.
benefit you. So everyone has their unique experiences. That's fine. But bankruptcy is like a cancer on your credit
Mm-hmm.
on your credit report. Might as well, I would say this: real credit deal is not expensive at all. Real
Mm-hmm.
credit deal, you'll probably, if you sign up with real credit deal, you'll probably spend less money than what it costs to get your house inspected.
Right.
So might as well you just invest in it and see if they can help you to get those things off. But bankruptcy, to me, when you're buying a house or whatever, it's a cancer, man. I see it over and over and over again. Your credit score is way up there, and some of these lenders look
Mm-hmm.
at your thing and they still bankruptcy, and they're like, you know what, man, I'm not even going to give you our money, even though your credit score is way up there. They see the
Mm-hmm.
bankruptcy sitting on it, and they just don't want to even give you. So it all depends on who you are. It depends on what you're doing. It depends on the reason you're filing bankrupt,
Mm-hmm.
because some people file it for protection. Some people file it because they already have their home. They already have everything. It doesn't matter. Some people file it
Right.
because it's just the right thing to do in their circumstance. So, but
Right.
if you're looking to buy a house for the first time or whatever, it's really a stain. It's really a stain, and you have to really be careful of what you do. I would say consult first and see if it's the right thing. But I will never tell you not to do it or to do it. It depends
Right.
on what you find yourself in.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. Todd Thomas said, "What's the best lenders to use?"
It'd be wrong for me to say this lender is best or that lender is best. Now I work with a lot of great lenders. I have lenders right now who are doing 100% financing, 100%. They'll give you down payment, they'll give you closing, then sometimes you even walk away with money. you know. But
Mm-hmm.
but it depends on the lenders, and it depends on what you're offering, because a lot of these lenders, these mortgage companies, they have a lot of banks under their belt, and different programs come out so often. And some of these guys can get you the best rate. And some of these lenders, I will say, is they're not the best communicators. You know, so you want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that you have someone who can explain, hold your hand,
Mm-hmm.
walk you through the process, and they're there for you, and they're not going to delay on your contract. To make the contract goes out of compliance, and you still don't have your closing documents and things like that. So for me to say go to this lender or that lender, it will be a little biased. But you want to
Right.
interview your lender. Whenever you're buying a house, make sure you interview your agent. Make sure you interview your lender. You can
Mm-hmm.
interview these guys. They want your business. So interview your lender. Interview your real your your mortgage, your lender, the realtor, and also if you get an opportunity to interview your title company, you interview them
Right,
and
right,
make sure
right.
that what you're expecting is what you're coming back with. You know.
Hmm. Definitely, definitely. That makes a lot of sense, man. Like I say, I don't want to hold too much of your time, man, because I'm learning on here too. Like I say, this good information for me too. You know, a lot of the stuff I did know about, because my brother, he's in real estate real heavy, and some of the things I just learned. So that's the thing with me. I ain't never too good not to learn, man. Don't never close yourself off, man, to not learn something. And I definitely appreciate you, man, coming on, giving out this free game to these folks, man. Like for real, because some of these folks they just need to know. You get what I'm saying? And like I say, if you want, I can put your information up, man. If you want to give it out, it's on you. And I'm just thankful, man, that you took the time out to come talk to them.
But you
Cause
know what? The thing is, I want them if they I don't want to like just push my information out there because this is your platform, this is your show. I'm here to educate your people, you know.
got you. Okay,
But if
got you.
but you got my information. So if you think any one of your folks need me, you can just reach out to me, and I'll
Got
definitely.
you.
But I want to make sure that
Mm,
people on your platform stays on your platform and they know that you're bringing people on board to educate them. You know, I don't want it to
got you.
leave you because you're the man, bro. You're the man who's driving this. You
Appreciate
know,
it,
so
man.
I want to just stay right there with you and just do your thing. And if anyone needs anything, you have my
Mm,
number. You can always shoot the number, you know, case to case basis, whatever, you know. One more thing
got
that is super important here. Let me just say this real quick. Coming up soon, this housing market may fall
you. Hmm.
big
Hmm.
time. Right?
Right,
And this is where investment opportunities are going to come in. You have to get your credit scores up right now. Don't wait for the crash.
right,
Don't wait for a crash. Get it working right now. So when the crash happens, you can go pick up some foreclosures. You can all these things. There's some banks right now out there. They're doing a lot of forbearances. And if
hmm,
someone doesn't know what a forbearance is, it's like the bank would say, "I'm going to give you 6 months free of no
right,
payment." But when the 6 months up, you better find all that money,
right,
or they come take your house. You know what I'm saying? They'll come take
right.
it. Some banks have a way to do shady things, man. So what
Mm,
you have to do is this crash is coming, and it's gonna come at some point. Whatever goes up must come down at some point. You know.
right,
So it's really hot right now. So get your credits up, and if you're going to look for foreclosures, you're going to look for anything like that. Now is the time because it takes what around you know better than I do. It
right,
could take 90 days, 120 depends on your credit, how bad it is, you know,
right.
or you know, if you start this
Right.
process, you put yourself and you will position yourself properly. So when the crash happens, you have power
You
to go out,
right.
powering yourself to go out and purchase with your score. You know, the
Right.
foreclosures, the short sales, all this is going to happen. And we as a people, if you know what I'm saying, we need to make sure we're owning real estate 100% because that's where it is, man.
Definitely, man. Hey, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Talking to my folks, man. Definitely though. I got a few people asking. I will send y'all his information. And if y'all need it, you just hit me up. I got you. And you right about that. Like I say, hit the number on the bottom of this post. Start working on your credit. Get your credit right, man. And put yourself in a better position. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like I tell y'all, everything that y'all see from people with successful businesses and all this stuff, credit is in the equation. Trust me, they do not use their own money. Once they learn, it don't make sense to. It's just you don't know. So go ahead, get your credit right, man. Go ahead and put yourself in a better position. Hey man, Peter, man, I appreciate it, man. I can't thank you enough, bro.
Bro, anytime you want me on, man, I'm here 100% for you, brother. 100% for you.
Thank you. Hey, I appreciate it. Same with me, man. If you need me, man, you already know. Reach out. We're gonna make it happen. I'm done.
No problem, man. No problem. Blessed, man. It's a
Definitely,
blessing to be here. Thank you very much.
definitely, man. You have a blessed day. Hey, as y'all see, you know what I'm saying? That was my guy Peter, man. And like I said, I try to get people on here that does this every day. When you get to a certain point in your life and you want to reach a certain type of plateau, don't waste time, man. Pay or either deal with people that does this every day. You get what I'm saying? Trust me, man. Gonna save you a whole lot of time and money. Deal with people who do what it is you're trying to get done. This is some of the words coming out of Warren Buffett mouth. This is how you build a team. Okay? Deal with people that do what you're trying to get done. They do this every day. You get what I mean? So and that's my guy. And like I say, man, hit the number on the bottom of this post, share this live. Hopefully y'all got some good information out of this free game, man. This is what I'm giving out, free game. And I wish things was different, man. I wish we could just, go about this a whole different way. But for that to happen, we got to come together on a whole nother level. And we all have to collectively come together. Until then, it's just things we have to do. You get what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying by that for y'all woke folks. You feel me? So for those who need to go in, man, acquire a house for their family, man, that's the information. If you ever need any information on that, man, just hit me up. I'll get you his number, whatever the case may be. And like I say, get your credit fixed, man. Use the bank's money. Once you realize how this goes, you're gonna kick yourself in the butt. Use their money. I tell y'all, even rich people don't use their own money. It doesn't make sense to when the bank will give you the money to do whatever it is you're trying to do and give you time to pay it back. It's like saying, why would I spend 100,000 or why would I spend 50,000 on a food truck when I can get the loan and just pay monthly? And I could take my 50,000 and do something else with it. Why would I tie it up? Not gonna do that. It don't make sense. That's what time equals money and money equals time. You'll really find out that's what that means. That's giving me time to pay this 50 grand off. Ain't in no rush. A lot of us like to buy stuff that say we own it. Nah, man, don't do that. Don't do that. You basically putting yourself in debt, but you're putting yourself in debt to acquire money. And like I say, again, I'm gonna say this all the time for all the new people. If you get a loan for 50 grand, you go get a food truck. If the loan on that is $800 a month, but you making 8 grand a month on the food truck, do the math. You're walking away with 7,200 and you in debt. So take that 800, pay back on that 50,000, and continue to make money. And what other people gonna tell you, go out there and get more debt. That's how it works. Why would you tie up 50 grand and it'll take you all this time to make that money back? Well, all you doing is paying as you go, growing as you go. And like I say, you can go back and refinance that loan and even pay less than 800 a month. I just gave y'all the game, man. Ain't getting no easier than that. I don't care what nobody say. Take that with a grain of salt. And for those who get it, man. Put yourself in a better position to where you are the boss. Don't work for nobody for no 40 years. That ain't the plan. You could take that off the chalkboard. We ain't doing that. But for y'all who get it, do that. And I always say this, especially to the new younger families. You just had a kid, you just graduated college or whatever the case may be. That's just what it is. That's it. Okay? And play Monopoly. That game will teach you a lot. It will teach you a lot. And also for a lot of financial uh literacy or education on finances, follow Robert Kiyosaki. This man gives out the best financial information I ever heard of. I'm telling you, it'll change the situation, man. So with that being said, man, I hope y'all have a blessed day. Share it live. That's all I ask. And hit the number on the bottom of the post, man. Start getting your credit right, bro. That's it. Just that simple. So with that being said, it's your boy Papa Duck. I love y'all. To the next one, man. Y'all stay tuned though, for real, for real.